Good morning. This is Keloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
2 men are in jail following a drug bust involving meth and fentanyl in Brookings.
Police arrested 55-year-old Jose Gonzalez and 28-year-old Marquez Gonzalez on Sunday morning at a gas station. The California men face numerous drug charges after police found 32 pounds of suspected meth and fentanyl with a street value of $150,000. Brookings County State's Attorney Dan Nelson says police and prosecutors have multiple approaches to try and keep drugs off the streets.
First and foremost, we want to make sure that we're cracking down on the meth dealers, but we're also providing services to those that suffer from addiction through specialty courts like drug court, because I think that two-prong approach where you're offering services to those that are suffering from addiction is important, but it's also important to make sure that we're stopping the flow.
Police say there was also over $5,000 cash in the car.
A convicted sex offender is back behind bars, charged with rape and indecent exposure, just days after getting out of prison. Police arrested 46-year-old Joseph Hatchett just off the bike trail near the Arc of Dreams. A prosecutor says that there were people reported seeing Hatchett sexually assaulting an unconscious woman around 6:45 Monday night.
The woman was pretty intoxicated, but she basically let officers know that she didn't consent to what happened. She wasn't able to give a whole lot of details, but once they were able to kind of figure things out, they realized there had been some type of sexual contact between the two of them.
Hatchett appeared in court yesterday afternoon for the crime, and the judge set bond at $15,000 cash only. Hatchett has 2 previous sex offenses on his record and is on the South Dakota Sex Offender Registry. According to the Department of Corrections, he just completed his most recent sentence on Friday. He was serving time for failing to register as a sex offender.
Authorities confirm a pilot has died following a gyrocopter crash in Yankton County Tuesday morning. The sheriff's office says deputies were called to an area east of Napa Junction Township, northwest of Yankton. The NTSB is investigating the incident.
Authorities in Rapid City need your help finding a missing 11-year-old girl. Laylin Shirebeck hasn't been seen since Friday night in the northern part of town. She was wearing a black hoodie, black ripped jeans, and white Nike sneakers. If you know where she is, call law enforcement immediately.
A 1981 murder shocked the Sioux Falls community. 18-year-old Dwayne McCormick was found dead in his bed. Investigators determined he was killed by a blow to the head from a hammer, and his roommate was convicted of the crime. Keloland's Angela Kennecke has new information on this old case and joins us now with a preview of tonight's investigation.
The thing that often gets lost in any murder case is that the victim was a person who was loved and cared for by their friends and family. For Dwayne McCormick's family, their loss never gets any easier.
Dwayne was a fun-loving kid. My best memories, of course, of him with his arms around my neck and saying, "I love you, Mama." He never got the chance to get married. He never brought home any children, no grandchildren to love and hug. You know, I was cheated out of all those things.
McCormick's family spoke to me for tonight's Keloland News investigation into new evidence in the case that has come out since Jeff Howard was found guilty of McCormick's murder. Despite Howard maintaining his innocence for more than 4 decades, McCormick's family has no doubt the right man is in prison. However, you may not be so sure after you hear what we've uncovered. Tonight in our Keloland News investigation, Dead Men Don't Talk at 10.
Thank you, Angela. Let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, everybody. Chilly start to the morning, 20s and 30s across eastern Keloland this morning. That will soon change as we are looking at numbers to warm to the 60s in eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. Middle 80s today in western South Dakota. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Harrisburg voters are approving a $30 million bond to build a new elementary school for the district. The new elementary is meant to relieve overcrowding at Liberty Elementary. The resolution also includes site preparation, furniture, roads and parking lots, bus garage, and potential improvements at South Middle School. Bond proceeds could also be used to install a track and renovate the cafeteria and kitchen at South Middle School. Soybean harvest is underway across eastern South Dakota. Jeff Thompson began fall harvest yesterday and says he's seen lower yields than normal due to the dry conditions. This field is only averaging a little over 30 bushels per acre.
Look at the plant, Looks like there's a lot of pods out there, a lot of beans, but we ran out of gas, you know, from the dry weather and the heat, so the bean size are quite small.
Thompson remains hopeful, though, as the bean markets are up right now.
And let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, much warmer afternoon after these 20s and 30s this morning east of Interstate 29. We're going to go back to 80-degree weather today in western South Dakota, in and around Rapid City, for example, for that, and I would expect even Sioux Falls back close to 70. South winds are strengthening the next 24 hours. We'll continue that trend tomorrow as southerly winds will likely boost these highs even into the mid and upper 80s toward Phillip, maybe Pierre. We'll see how warm it gets in the afternoon. Looking pretty hot at times. Here's the big picture, too, by the way. The chance of rain pretty low for now as we watch really a pretty moisture-starved atmosphere. We'll see if this thing to the west actually develops some rain into the weekend. A little better shot in the Black Hills through Friday night and Saturday morning. And then I kind of think that area sits there for a while. Not really too intrigued to put any big rain for Sioux Falls as we go through this forecast. Maybe by next Tuesday that looks a little better, but that's still several days away. High today, 69 Sioux Falls, 70 in Aberdeen, Pierre area 77, and that 7-day forecast in the 70s for the weekend. We're thinking right now temperatures at night in the 50s, so no more of the covering of the flowers and the vegetables and those kind of things. Will be pretty quiet with no frost. Aberdeen also in the 50s for several mornings, lows or highs in the 70s. And for Pierre in central South Dakota, upper 70s into the weekend. There is a chance of a little rain by Monday or Tuesday. And I would say, again, the Black Hills will kind of ramp that up faster as we head toward the kickoff of the weekend. Some rain is expected at times. Check out details of the weather online at KENNELLAND.com.